Good morning, fellow billionaires. This is Silver 5150 with your morning update for Monday, June the 15th, 2020. All right, here we have the two dragons from 2018, minted by the Royal Mint, and I think the mintage on these was about 50,000. They have a pretty nice design. I like the idea of two dragons, one supposedly Chinese, the other one Welsh. Basically the roiling relationship between Britain and China during the 1800s. That's a representation of that, and done very well. I like the proof-like finish on it. And these coins, they came out as a brilliant uncirculated gem. Okay, so they were they were very nice, brilliant uncirculated coins, and retailed for about $18 back in 2018. Can't remember what the spot price was. But since then, the return on investment for these two coins has been 100%. 2 years, I've had these in my possession, paid $18 for them in 2018. It's 2020 now, and they retail for about $36. So me and Silver Joker were talking this weekend about return on investment and the importance of preparing yourself for the sell side. When we get to the sell side of this market, as we start to inflate or maybe even hyperinflate in the silver market, we want to be able to release a lot of those profits into the other asset markets and start to diversify much more in our portfolios from just precious metals into other hard assets. So that's something to keep in mind. And as you build your portfolio, as you continue to buy gold and silver, try to shop around for those, dark horses out there, the low mintage, sovereign kind of offerings that have good themes and have good designs. So go ahead and do that. So I got these here. I've got the two dragons. I got one here that's on the front here. It has a aftermarket coin safe capsule. And then this is the mint capsule, which is quite thick and actually moves the coin around, allows the coin to move around. And I don't particularly like that. While the coin safe capsule is a lot more secure, I like that. And so I think I'm going to go ahead and switch this one out here. But anyway, so this weekend I had a rip snorting great time, guys. I really did. I didn't go out and play any golf, but I made sure that I had everything done during the week so I could spend time with all my friends over the weekend. I mean, I was social. I really was. And I make it a point to be social now during these times when everyone's told to avoid one another. And not be social, not have your natural yearning to be around other people, satisfied. People need to be acknowledged. They need to be appreciated. They need to have, not physical contact, but just, general contact, and not be holed up and felt, as if they're being, dejected or rejected and ignored. So I make it a point to go out and I spend time with all of my friends as much as I can and stuff. And so, but if I do that, I make sure that I am very well defended and I am not a menace or a threat to those people that I care about. I use my protective posture whenever appropriate, and sometimes even when it's not. I have people looking at me going, "Why is he wearing a mask in his car?" Well, just to get into the habit, stay in the habit, because the mask really helps. But I also work on what I call para-immunity, and I've gotten that from various sources and stuff. Para-immunity is something, if you're in the veterinary field and you are a veterinarian, you probably are more aware of what para-immunity is than a lot of medical doctors. And para-immunity is just the idea of pre-immunizing yourself at the first level. So you may have 3 levels of immunity, and the first level is, the front yard. Say, for instance, if your body is a house. And then the second level inside, is inside your body, probably be like in the living room. And then like the third level, you've got defense there, but it's going to be more like the bedroom. And you don't want anything bad getting even, beyond your yard. So basically para-immunity, if you have the right stuff in your body at the time, is a shotgun with deer slugs in it on the other side of the front door. You open the door and you just unload, an MM1 fully automatic shotgun worth of deer slugs into the enemy before they even get across the yard. That is para-immunity. COVID tries to come in the instant that it makes contact with the cell's like, I don't like it, just hits it with everything it's got. It doesn't even matter if it's COVID. It could be anything. But when you have your para-immunity jacked up and keep it jacked up, that is something that is very beneficial to you just staying out of trouble in the first place. It's not a guarantee, but it's just something to give you a little more to fight with, a little more of an advantage. All right, and to that effect, we're going to go back over the big five, Silver 51's 50's big five. that I use for pre-immunization and para-immunity. And I know there's some really fancy drugs out there, but for those of us who can't get those, all right, we go with liposomal vitamin C. Okay, now I take 5,000 milligrams of this a day. I take 2,500 in the morning, 2,500 at night. There are variable times you can take it, and there are different recommendations. Read the instructions on the bottle, figure out your weight, figure out what you need, and you go ahead and take what you need. But I recommend no more or no less than around 5,000 milligrams a day if you can pull it off. Next up is chaga tree mushroom. This is full spectrum chaga, and this is specifically for cellular immunity, and it works very well with the liposomal vitamin C. And then the vitamin D3 basically is what you can get from the sun. Now, darker people need more assistance producing this than, say, lighter people. Okay, but everyone needs plenty of vitamin D3, and so we're going to make sure that we get that, because what that's going to do is that's going to enhance the effects of the chaga and liposomal vitamin C. Now, these right here, all three of these, I do morning and night. All right, and the chaga, I think I take probably about 3,000 milligrams a day. That's probably a little extreme, but then the situation is extreme, and I don't want to take any chances. These right here, I probably take about 10,000 IUs a day. Maybe more. I think probably more like 16,000 IUs a day. Morning and night, between morning and night, 2 different times. Then the zinc is just, an additive I have in the morning just to enhance the effects of these other three here. All right. The final key to my little Big Five group here is going to be the elderberry gummies. And the elderberry gummies is basically elderberry, but in a more enjoyable form. And these are only for the evening. Once I'm down for the evening and stuff, I want to go ahead and have a little bit of elderberry to help me, relax and sleep a little better. And just kind of how I cap off my day. So, speaking of caps, recap. Liposomal vitamin C. I say 5,000 milligrams. Your doctor might say different. Chaga tree mushroom, anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 grams. I take milligrams I take a day. And then the vitamin D3, find out what your limits are or what a good amount is, and just make sure you do it daily. The ionic zinc, that's here or there. This is your selective choice. You can choose what you want to do for that. Whether you want to take a multivitamin or something like that, just to get those extra vitamins in your system. And I use the elderberry at night to, like I said, help me relax and then help all this stuff, absorb into my system a little better. That's the way I understand how it works. So, and if you want to add any kind of other cellular immunity, feel free to go ahead and do that. All right, now back to our show. So, markets today, guys, volatility is back. Volatility is back. Now, you guys might be feeling a little deja vu, say from March, when all of a sudden things started heading downward. Well, we're doing that. We're heading downward. This is what I was telling you about. There's two things involved here. The first thing is all the jawboning about the stimulus. They're talking it, but they're not doing it. They're going to talk it to death. The markets don't like that. That's very negative. You can't say that you've opened the money spigots and now you've shut them off, even though you're talking about it. Not only that, but the dollar is down today, but everything else is down. That makes no sense at all. That makes no sense at all, because anything that's valued in dollars, all right, needs to actually be headed upward if the dollar is headed down, because that means it takes more dollars for those things valued in dollars to purchase them. So they should be heading up. Stocks should be heading up. Metal should be heading up. Commodities should be heading up. Everything should be heading up, including bonds, but they're all headed down along with the dollar, which tells you one thing. They have printed our currency into oblivion already. The dollar can't even correlate for value on an open market. That is a problem. Okay, but anyway, right now, like I said, stocks are down across the board, about 2%. The Dow is tracking below 25,000, which is not a good sign. You figure we're at 27,000 and a lot of change last week, so that's quite a drop here in the last 5 trading days. All right, and like I said before, too, gold and silver are down right now, and this is something we're going to be able to take advantage of. Make sure you keep an eye out for the new deals coming out later this morning. I noticed that a lot of retailers, they want to post a new deal, say after 9 o'clock, Pacific Standard Time. And that way you can see what's new and what's good to buy and what's cheap. Keep an eye out and post any deals you see in the comments below today. That'd be great. All right, yeah, gold and silver down right now. Gold is down at about 1.5% to $1,708, while silver is underperforming gold right now at 2.5%. at down about just above 17 at about 1705. All right, so we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on that. All right, so I made sure I also caught up on all of my favorite channels this weekend. And, Expect Stacker had a video out, I think. Silver Joker had one out. Florida Stacker, Teen Stacker, Silver Game of Thrones had a couple out. And Fred Gar. Check out these guys, man. And I'm telling you, I get a lot of my show prep from them. These guys, they know their stuff. They know their stuff. And so I always like to, catch up with them and stuff and chat with them about things. Okay, and I think that's going to do it. So tonight, we're going to talk about cashmere. I'm just kidding. Cash fear. I just want to see if you guys are paying attention. We're going to talk about cash fear. There's two types of, or let's just say, the most common types of borderline psychosis when it comes to cash. And it's not a really psychosis. That's extreme. But there's two schools of caution, or fear when it comes to cash. And we're going to talk about that and how it can either help you or hurt you, depending on the extremes you go through when you deal with this stuff. So anyway, let's have a great week. Let's buy some silver and some gold. Let's continue to build our para-immunity with the liposomal vitamin C, the chaga, all right, the vitamin D3. My personal preferences, ionic zinc in the morning, elderberry gummies at night, and just stay healthy and just get ready for this next wave I think we're going to get hit with here in the wintertime. And like I said, para-immunity means having artillery in the front yard. And before they even, for, the viruses or anything, the flu, anything that comes to get in your system, you want to have everything locked and loaded. And the instant that you see some movement, you just blow it into dust. And that is the idea behind para-immunity. Something the veterinary community is very versed on. So, all right, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment. We'll see you later today. If I see any really good deals, I'll go ahead and post alerts. If not, I will see you tonight. The show, really big show. We're going to talk about cash fear. All right, take care, guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later.